humor mainly is important for lowering stress. So every day that you hear a joke, you're making yourself better. You're making yourself better just by relieving stress, or you'll not crave that peach pie later. So look into comedy and laugh whenever possible. That's it.
So Michael, what did you think?
I think he had a good attention grabber, like his little raccoon thing at the show. Pretty good intro. He told us what we were going to hear. I think he kind of had a lot of different types of comedy. Kind of just went through them pretty kind of fast. And some of them he had pretty good examples. I know he kind of just like told us what it was and just kind of moved on. I like that he didn't go through his script, like didn't read from his script. He kind of like talked to us throughout his whole thing, even when he was like talking about like different people or how much they made and all that stuff. And then the conclusion was pretty good. And I think it's good overall.
All right. Ian, I think you needed to make some choices. You needed to decide what the speech was really going to be about instead of trying to do everything that you did. You've got 20 plus definitions that you're trying to get in there, and that's basically organizing your speech for the first 90% of the presentation. And I'd agree, you know, some of the points you offer definitions, sometimes you offer examples to go along with the definition, sometimes you've got a joke that goes with it, and other times it's just we get the definition. So there's a lot of inconsistency on that. The visual, you know, it's just a transition, and of course you fall behind a couple of times, and that's a little distracting to you, more than it is to us, I think, because the transitions really aren't, you know, the visual transitions aren't that important. Since you've said the term, it's just a brief reminder. It'd make more sense if you were spending more time on each of those, going through it and providing additional detail on it to have that up. But since you don't do that, I'm not sure that it really adds much, except, of course, that it's kind of a humorous idea that you're doing that. No, I got the joke. And you're supposed to do the guy walks into a bar thing with a pirate accent.
Really?
Yeah, it works better that way.
Okay.
He's got a steering wheel sticking out of his pants, and the bartender says, "What the hell is that?" And the guy says, "Arr, she's driving me nuts." You know, okay. And his pirate walks into a bar with it. I like the idea that you had. I like the attention device. I thought it was great, you know, and it's a good setup. But after that, it's like it's not clear where you're going with the speech. It's just, you know, and I found these 21 different types of humor, and I'm thinking to myself, he's not really going to try and do 21. And then I looked at the cards up there and I said, yeah, he is. He's going to try and do those. And I think you needed to pick and choose and say, you know what, I want to talk about 3 particular styles of comedy that are used, and maybe take the names that you use, Mitch Hedberg that you admire so much, and Dimitri, what's his last name, Martin? And Dane Cook, and maybe classify them into the styles of humor that they use, and contrast those 3 styles of humor, and make the speech about that. And then I think you'd be able to get a little bit more focused. You could steal some of their jokes for the material. You could put in the information about how successful they were, how much money they brought in, or what other fields that they've operated in, and maybe contrast them to people in the past, and you get some of that other information. As it is, it just you know, it kind of runs on and on and on. And you know, although there's an occasional funny bit in it, which I think everybody appreciates and enjoys that, as a speech it doesn't hold together very well. Might be a good comedy routine, you know, but I think you'd need more than 10 minutes. Okay.